AM.
WOON, Woonsocket.
Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee and here on ON Radio on the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday, November the 26th. Thanks for joining us.
Couldn't get that out, could you?
Tough. Should we start over?
Let's
Happy
do it again.
Thanksgiving Eve, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's November the 26th, and it's time for Coffee and. I'm Joe Callahan. That's Tim Draper right over there.
Greetings.
And Melissa Smith is here as well. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning.
And the first thing we want to start off with, Gary Smith will be here at 9 o'clock. He was not feeling well yesterday, so he will be here today with the Do You Remember crew.
You want to get through our show that fast that you're already on to Gary?
We're going to zip right through.
Okay.
I think we're done now, so they're coming in.
That's a
no,
fast show.
not yet. But first, we got to get a couple of messages in. So, Melissa, you're first.
We have messages before the show even starts. People are that excited for us to be here.
Oh, that's right.
I can't wait.
Deliver your message. Get out.
Let's hear about the St. Antoine communities.
Right. So for those of you that don't know a lot about us, we are located in North Smithfield. We're right on the line of Woonsocket and Blackstone. And on our property, we offer an expansive continuum of services from assisted living to short and long-term skilled care. We have a wonderful state-of-the-art rehab facility, and we have 2 levels of memory care on our property. I always like to share this time of year. A lot of folks have questions, or they go home to visit loved ones, and then they kind of raise a lot of questions and seeing them if they hadn't visited in a while, and have questions about, when does my loved one need more help and support? So now's the time to reach out to us. We'd be happy to walk you through your options and give you an understanding of what it takes or what steps are involved in placing a loved one. So you can reach me at 401-767-3500. Be happy to walk you through your options and give you an understanding of the process involved in placing your loved one. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Melissa. A couple of housekeeping items. Just a reminder, we've got high school football for you on Thanksgiving morning at 10 a.m. as Woonsocket travels all the way to Cumberlandton.
All the way.
All the way there. It's going to take at least 10 minutes.
Now, would you go?
Great.
Well, would you go even though you don't have any kids in the school system anymore, just as like a spectator, local fan?
My nephew plays on the Cumberland High JV team, so
does.
we'll go to support him. But I've gone years that I don't have anybody there.
Yeah.
Just it's a fun game. I don't. This year I actually have to go stream our mass at church, so I'll be at church 9 a.m. on Monday morning.
What a good
guy.
Thanksgiving
Look
morning.
at you.
Well, it's the tech ministry. I like doing that. It's a lot of fun.
God loves you, Tim.
Doing what Joe's doing, pressing the buttons, putting the different
yeah,
cameras
that's
around
right.
church and balancing sound. I feel important. I feel like a tech guy.
Is it a weird thing because you're also like a member of the parish? So are you like conflicted with, hey, I'm participating, but
Actually,
shoot, I forgot to hit the button.
I look
or
at it this way.
to...
I'm guaranteed a seat.
No.
So on Christmas Eve, our mass is at Christmas. The 4:00
Pretty
mass
crowded.
on Christmas is packed.
Yeah.
We've got the downstairs open.
Yeah.
We stream the mass downstairs so people can see it. And so I always used to get there. This used to drive me nuts. My family would be like, "Okay, you're ready at 3. Go to church at 3 because you have to get there at 3." So I get there at 3. All right, now there's going to be 10 of us. So put coats down. I'm like, oh man! And then the church is packed.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there by myself in a pew with coats
Wide
on either
open.
side of me.
Yep.
People coming over going, "Are these seats taken?" I want to go, do you see the coats? Of course they're taken. But then I start feeling bad and I start texting my family, when you're coming, are you coming?
You know what?
Somebody come.
Oh my gosh, you're in charge of tech, but you can expand your role at church. What you talked about and shared with us about the resort and the reserving your spot ahead of time.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Maybe that's a
what you do at
concept
church.
for holiday mass is starting to reserve your spot. Is that
Reserve
crazy
a pew.
or what? Reserve a pew.
Right? That's an interesting concept.
Well, anyway, football on Thanksgiving morning. Right here on ON Radio.
From church to football.
And we stream it on our
Are you
social
even
media.
needed on the show?
I'm
Tim
not
and I
really.
can just carry our own little
go.
squirrel conversation where we just go all over the place.
I should walk away sometime and see what you guys do.
See what happens.
But anyway, high school football.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving morning, please join us. And then on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, we start our milk fund auctions.
Yes.
From 4 to 5 in the afternoon.
What time's the game? Football game 10?
Kickoff is at 10.
10, yeah.
We're going to start the pregame about 9:30.
Yep.
They had a press conference over at Cumberland High
Oh, I missed that.
on Monday. So we were down there doing some recordings, and so they'll be showing a lot of that what was going on.
So the pregame, is that videotape too, or you guys
Yes,
just
it
roll
is.
radio at that
Oh
point?
yeah,
So-
that'll be on our website and social media and like that as well. So that's all coming up. And now, public service announcement for all you people that who did the did the right thing, and they ordered ahead of time to go pick up your desserts at Wright's Dairy Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Best of luck.
Oh, why?
Have you ever picked up anything at Wright's Dairy Farm on the
Yeah.
day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's yeah.
You haven't done it?
I have not. I have
Oh, you
not done
should
it.
do it sometime.
I haven't. Oh, it's experience.
Oh my gosh! First of all, you got to come in from the Route 146A.
Oh, wait a minute. I
side.
have.
Oh, okay.
Because don't they have
Well,
like
then
these
you know.
big queue lines?
Yes.
And you have to either get your number or you got to just stand. in the
Well, I
queue
always
line.
ordered ahead of time, so they have your name.
So they have it, but there's an area that you can order day of, which is crazy, and then they have an area for pickup. Or did they change that?
they got the room where you pick up stuff,
Yeah.
and then there's the line to get into the bakery if you haven't ordered anything.
yeah, okay.
Where
Yeah,
there's always a line because
think I have.
it's
And I
it's
didn't
small.
think they allowed that the day before. That you could still go in
well,
and
they
get
still-
on the spot.
The last time I did it, they did that you could do that, but it's always like 50 people in line
Yeah.
because you can only allow 20 people in the store at a time.
Right.
Fire codes.
So today's going to be a zoo.
So yeah, but it starts off with you have to come in from the Great Road side.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you come in from the other side, the nice officer tells you keep going or
Yeah.
go, and you got to go all the way around again.
Yeah.
So there's police officers directing traffic. There's a ton of people that Wrights has hired in the parking lot, telling you where to go just to park.
Yep.
And then you got to go to your random
Was
line.
during,
so it is
was it Easter?
crazy.
It might have been Easter. I might be a little too early. It might have been Thanksgiving after COVID when they were doing the parking lot pickup, right?
yeah.
So they had all the spaces
Yes,
numbered and they
yeah.
had runners.
and the
You're right.
flags. Yeah.
I just feel like that is the way to go on holidays with pickups.
Well,
there.
maybe they do
Keep
that.
it.
Maybe they
Stay
do
in your
it
car.
there.
Yeah.
Don't get out.
Yeah.
Don't, that way, there's less accidents or risks of accidents. Whatever.
And they came to you.
and let the runners. And
Yeah.
you could tip them, but just let the runners and do the transaction right in the parking lot. That's all they were doing back
Yeah,
then.
that's right. I do.
But
remember
I thought I was smart. I went yesterday.
Yeah?
And picked up.
How'd that
what I
work out
wanted.
for you?
Worked out just fine.
Okay.
It's not as busy, but they still have people in the parking lot directing you where to park.
Yeah.
And I didn't even go in. You went to the side where I had ordered something. There was the nice lady with her tablet.
Yep.
And your name.
Yeah.
And here you are. And this is what you ordered. Yep. Okay. It'll be out within seconds.
You know what the important message
And just
here is?
waited. It came right out. Here you go.
It's the fact that Wright's Farm is just so good and so popular, and it's hard to.
Wright's Dairy Farm.
Wright's Dairy Farm, correct.
So
sorry.
I have two things to offer on that.
Yes.
So I need to know what you ordered.
An apple pie.
That's
Hey,
it.
that's it.
An apple pie. That's
I'm not
it.
rich like you guys. Yes, that's it.
Nothing like
all I needed.
Nothing creamy like
No.
chocolate cream pie
No.
or the
Cream
cake
puffs?
or carrot cake or
One-
cheesecake.
One apple pie. Thank you.
Wow.
That's
You
all I need.
ordered one pie, not even like muffins for the morning, or if you're gonna go,
No.
you got to go the distance. You got to just
I
make
don't.
it worth your.
Look at Joe.
is worth
I don't
my
have
while.
to do anything.
And if I didn't do that, we don't have anything. So there you
my
go.
God.
Oh, all right.
I will share a very long time ago with regards to Wright's Dairy. A very long time ago, I worked for United Way of Greater Attleboro Taunton, and
Okay.
and early on, and I'm like known for my creative planning, whatever. And so at our annual fundraising event that year, oh, you might steal this. This might be something you steal. Now that I think about
Take
it.
notes.
So you have about like 750 people attending. Like basically, it's all of the companies that sponsored you, worked with you. All the donors are welcome to come, whatever. Texas Instruments, Depew Johnson & Johnson, like all big companies up that 495 belt, come sponsor it, whatever. So, 750 people. It was, I think, a year of the Olympics, something. So the theme was based around the Olympics. And we're like, okay, what can we do to get people to interact? Past years, no one really gets up from their table and meets each other, networking wise. And I'm like, I live near Wright's Dairy Farm. And they're like, what? People I worked with, what was
Yeah, I
that?
don't know
And
what
I
it
was
is.
like, and this
Yeah.
is like, right, this is over the line, right, in Massachusetts. And I said, I think we should put one of their specialty desserts at every table and have it all cut, like pre-cut, 10 slices, 10 seats per table. And then people can barter with other tables for a slice of their
Whatever
dessert.
they have. Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
And so it was a way to like interact, have different desserts at every table.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I will never forget the vision of my car picking up, I think it was like 25 specialty tiered cakes, desserts, whatever.
You're gonna eat these here,
Nothing
you're gonna
was
take them
low
home.
profile. Everything was high. It was one of the coolest things I ever did, and it was huge, and I swear to God, everyone was like convinced.
Popular.
Yep, and I think I must have been responsible for them getting fame over the border. This
And
was
getting
25 years
a
ago.
lot of new customers.
Because that was before they did their big renovation, and
Yeah.
then they added on.
Donor
And I think,
appreciation note. Got it.
yeah, it
But
was
they,
a good,
uh,
real good interactive moment,
and you
it
get
was
those
cool.
people that's like, where is this place?
Yeah,
Because
100%.
I have to go there now.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then some people did know about it, and it just started conversation. Is my
Yeah.
point, right? And that was the
Not
intention
far
of
off
it.
of
It was
146.
very cool.
All right. Well, if you're going to Wright's Farm, to the dairy farm today, good luck. And
I know, good luck.
as
Pack
they
your
always say,
patience,
is
as
pack
they
your
say.
patience because it could get long.
Right.
All right. This is something I noticed the last couple of days as I'm driving in, and when I come into the station, I come up 146A, come into Park Square, and turn right. So I go by Darling Village. Now, as we all know, as we've all been by there, at the Darling Village, where you pull in where the CVS is, we're talking about that set of lights. There's always a homeless person there that is collecting money, and you know what they're doing now? The homeless person does not take his chair or her chair with her. They leave it's not even a folding chair. It's just a plastic chair.
Just leave it.
They just leave it there so they can come whenever they come back. They have a place to sit down. Like, wow.
Well,
that's lazy. But,
It's hard, man.
well, I guess so. But
you know-
I'm like,
It's a
I'm surprised it
strange,
actually hasn't been stolen. Someone
I'm
hasn't just
trying to
come along and
understand.
taken
I
it.
know when John was on the air, we were talking a lot about like the homeless crisis in the area and like where to draw the line and police enforcement and all the things. So I'm a member of Planet Fitness in town, and I've been noticing like an uptick. It seems like that there's some homeless folks that have actually acquired membership, and I'm trying to figure out how, because you have to go through. You know, you have to give them a credit card, and you have to have a place of address and all the things. Just remember signing myself up and feeling like this is a lot of information that you need just for a gym membership. And noticing coming in with like suitcases and allowed to shower there, and I'm thinking, what
Okay.
is happening? Like, but I don't know all the legalities and rules surrounding that, and I certainly don't want to be that judgy person. But it does feel like
Judgment-free zone.
judgment-free zone. Oh, good point, Joe. Good point. But you're noticing that people are in like chunky work boots and a pair of jeans on machines, and you're like,
That's not right.
something's not right, And so I'm just curious. I
Yeah.
wanted to share this with you because I'd like to know how would you? I do not feel like I'm a judgy person, and it doesn't really bother me, and I don't want to think it's my role. But at the same time, I'm thinking, how does that work?
I guess you could ask some of the workers there what's going on here. It looks odd or just different.
I guess if it hasn't risen to the level of a problem, then, and if somebody's getting a shower and they
That's the
spend
thing.
$10, then great. I think more power to them, and nobody's bothering
Nobody's
anybody,
bothered by
and,
it.
and everybody's good. That's good. What happens is when the word spreads that you can do that, if that's the issue, then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it becomes overrun and becomes a problem. And then how do you stop it?
Right.
That's the real challenge.
You just
So-
don't want it to become into a space of so my own kids go there, right? So then you're like, okay, my 15-year-old in the summer has a free membership to go there because kids are allowed to go, whatever. You just don't want for it to ever cross over into solicitation for anything,
Right, sure,
right?
right.
And then I don't personally shower there or put anything in the lockers there. I live close enough by, so I don't have to worry about that.
Well,
But you don't want to get into that space either, where then suddenly it becomes like accusatory, like things are missing or whatever, and then assuming, oh gosh, it must be. You don't want to.
But so they have to have. I mean, there's staff at Planet Fitness right now.
yeah.
I'm not a member there, so I don't know that. But I'm assuming there's staff there, right? And
24 hours.
so they have to monitor the place.
I know. So this was kind of a question. Like, do you say something? Do you not? Do you just kind of,
I think you should
just-
observe and just monitor.
But it does feel like there's a lot of people watching, and I'm looking around at people around me, and they're like watching too. And everyone's like, so who's gonna ask that question? Because nobody wants to be that person.
Right.
But
Because it's a judgment-free zone.
I know.
Nobody wants to be that person's right.
I think when I was a member of Planet Fitness for a little while, and I was there one time and this got nothing to do with homeless, but the paramedics had to be called.
Had to be called for you.
Not for me.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, I should make that clear. That was not for me. But some people they go overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start exercising, and they go
Too much.
full
My
tilt
My guess is that
right off the bat. It's
like January 1st to the end of January, that's when all those
Always.
things
Oh, they
happen.
just go crazy. They
People
go
nuts.
I'm going to run 10 miles today.
Yeah.
When you've never run ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's not going to end well.
No.
And someone was having heart issues.
palpitations.
Yeah. No, my favorite feature now on their app is they have the crowd meter, so you can kind of tell when it's busy.
Oh.
At the Planet Fitness?
Does
Yes.
it does it break it down
And you can
by machine? Who's on
No,
the
I
treadmills?
wish.
Who's on the
I
elliptical?
wish. No, it doesn't do that, but you
Oh,
can
too
kind of
bad.
tell. You can kind of
Can
tell.
you?
Where's your
Okay.
Planet Fitness?
I pretty much go to the one here in North
Woonsocket?
Smithfield.
But you can go to
no, in
Smithfield.
Woonsocket.
You can go to
in
anyone.
North Smithfield.
You can go to
Where
anyone,
is
can't you?
The Eddie Dowling highway is
I
considered
don't-
North Smithfield.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever noticed where that Planet Fitness is.
It's right next to the Firestone tire place.
Oh, in the back, in the
Yeah.
Like in the
plaza.
Lowe's parking lot,
Really?
it's like across. So
And I
like
have definitely
Lowe's,
never
you go
noticed it.
left, and
Yep.
then it's tucked into the right.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay attention. I
When you-
can't tell you.
when you
I'm
pull
at
in-
that Lowe's pretty much every day.
When you pull in and the CVS is on your right,
Yep.
if you just stay to the right,
Yep.
and you come up to the very first stop sign,
Yep.
take a right.
Okay.
It's down there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, other things going on, and Lincoln police are looking for a shoplifter who said they stole some items from the Target store, which is over at what used to be known as the Lincoln Mall.
Right,
Now
it's
it's
Lincoln
Lincoln
Commons.
Commons now. They say the theft happened on October 29th, but they're just releasing surveillance photos of the man posted on the Lincoln Police Department's Facebook page. So if you want to take a look and say, hey, I know who that
I
guy
can't.
is.
You know, you don't hear about shoplifting a lot from that store. You got to think it happens a lot. 'Cause it's-
Depends, I guess. It doesn't say what they took,
So
but
yeah,
yeah,
and
it must happen.
that's the thing. What is it? What valuable item did they take from Target? That
Are they taking? They could take a TV, or are they taking, soap?
Well, if you took a
know.
TV, that would be hard. But
Yeah, I know.
there used to be like a little jewelry section, even though I think it was costume jewelry. But
Yeah.
But then there's perfume. That's sometimes those perfumes can be pretty pricey.
So well, that's just what they're looking for. That if you want to go check that out, and if you know the person, Lincoln Police would like a phone call from you. All right, down in Central Falls, we had the story about a month ago where a woman died in Pawtucket, and they traced her back to this house in Central Falls, and now all 8 people
Yeah.
have been charged.
That is the
in the
strangest
death of this woman.
That is the strangest story. You look at
First
all
was
those
just,
people.
First it was just 3 that were charged with not disclosing a dead body.
Right.
And now, after more interrogation and more investigation,
Right.
that's it. Now, you think are they trying to get people to turn on each other? We're gonna charge all of you with murder until someone rats out somebody else.
I don't know, but
I don't know. I'm not a cop, so
it's not a group home or anything. But there
No.
was a lot of people living in that one unit or the one.
well, it's
apartment.
a
3-family.
It's a 3-family home.
I thought
right?
they all
Yeah.
occupied sort of the same space.
I thought it was like the second and third floor. I don't know about the first.
Still, a lot of people
yes,
for that
8.
small space.
They were all charged Monday with murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy. So 3 others charged with kidnapping and failure to report a death, and the investigation obviously remains active. So they're like,
There's some weird
Something
story in the
is
back
going on.
there
More to
that
come, I'm
we may
sure.
Well, yeah.
never find out.
I just think I just wonder if Central Falls or Newport, or not Newport,
Pawtucket.
Pawtucket Police, were trying to get who's the mastermind, who decided.
Maybe, but
this?
how does 8? That's the thing. How do 8 people? I think it's 5, and then the 3 that are charged
together?
on not being an accessory to moving a body or something like that. So,
But if you're one of the
what
8
activity were they all involved in that led to that?
But if you're one of the 8, and you didn't touch her, you didn't hit her, you
Yeah.
didn't do it. Well, I don't want to be charged with murder. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, but you were
Unless-
aware, you witnessed, you.
yeah, no,
Well, you didn't
Unless-
report
Yeah.
it. That's an
And unless
issue.
you have, there's no. I don't think there's any non-guilty person to some
Well,
degree.
to some degree, but
in that
murder is
particular
you actually
situation.
killing someone. I didn't.
Well, again, my question
an
goes
actual
to:
thing.
was there an actual? We don't know how she was killed, right? We don't know.
They haven't come out and said.
Right. So, was it some sort of a game they were playing? Were they?
I don't know. Was it an overdose?
Was it an
get
OD?
hit
Right.
in the head with a rock? I don't know.
You don't know. So,
All right, we got to take a break. We're a little late, and as I look at the clock. So, Melissa, let's get a second message from the St. Antoine communities, please.
trees. Talk about the trees.
My brain is spinning because I'm thinking, what can I share? There's been so many things going on, so I'm trying to think of what the most important thing is right now to mention this week. So I would say we are excited to share that we are participating in the Alzheimer's Culinary Challenge, which, believe it or not, is next Tuesday, Tuesday evening at the Rhodes on the Patuxent, and our pretty awesome and phenomenally talented chef Cindy Strode is going to be featured as our head chef for the competition. And if you've never participated in buying a ticket and attending this event, it is a wonderful event and opportunity to support a great cause. All proceeds are going to support the Rhode Island Alzheimer's Association. Tickets are $35 a piece. There are 7 long-term care facilities participating, which means there will be 7 different stage sets, themed sets with food to accompany. And I will not share what Chef Cindy's got whipped up for her menu selection or her themed set, but it's going to be pretty awesome and very creative. But again, it's fun. It's a chance for you to kind of travel through 7 different sets, try 7 different types of food prepared by 7 different chefs. There'll be raffles, prizes, and not Mario, Hilario. I'm trying to think of who's going to be the MC. I'll have to think of that next week and share that on the air. But it's a great cause, and I think it starts at 5:30. Rose in the Patuxent next Tuesday. Jump on our Facebook page if you want more information. We'd love to see you there. Thank you.
All right, Melissa, thanks. And the Coffee and program will continue right here on ON Radio.
OM 1240.
Are you retired or retiring soon? That's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3, Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, call Ed or Paul Carew at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in the United States.
Your premier real estate expert is Scott McGee of the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties in North Smithfield. Scott has had extensive training and knows the latest real estate strategies. He can offer you knowledge and tools most other agents can't. To see the latest listings from the Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties, visit this website, McGeeSoldMyHouse.com. Scott McGee of Stearns McGee team at RE/MAX Properties can help you buy or sell your home. The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio. ON Worldwide.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Tim Draper and Melissa Smith. We got a note called in 766-1240. Back to the man panhandling over at Dowling Village. They say he's not homeless. He lives in an apartment.
Oh.
Don't know where, and I don't know how they know this information, but...
So that's his job?
That's his job. It's certainly possible. That,
well, you know what?
That's what he just does.
He's in a house. That's
Okay.
a good thing.
He's in a house? Yeah.
He's in an apartment.
All right, let's see. Moving on to other things. When you go to prison, you really shouldn't keep doing bad things.
Wait. When you go to prison, like that's an option for us.
Yes.
Like we're going to be
Yes,
doing
we
that.
seem like those people.
If you go to
Oh,
prison.
if. Okay, there we
because we have another inmate at the Wyatt Detention Facility down there in Central Falls, accused of smuggling drugs into the prison.
Man, how do you do
How
that?
do you do it?
Well, let me
Where
tell
do
you. Well, they're possessing contraband in prison and possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute. Now, according to the the acting United States Attorney, Sarah Myron Bloom, officers searched Brian Slutskins, and they searched him and found drugs inside of a sock containing several balloons made from latex gloves. And the balloons were allegedly filled with distributable quantities of powder containing fentanyl, pills containing oxycodone, hydrochloride, and acetaminophen. He's passing out the Tylenol.
Okay. All right.
And strips containing buprenorphine and naloxone and marijuana.
All right. So, assuming that they're
It's in
not
his
making
shoe.
this stuff in
No,
the prison.
It's got to be coming from the outside.
But how? How do you get it in from the outside? Unless somebody on the inside
Gotta be.
is on the take, which is probably the case.
That's a possibility.
You can't. If I was going to go visit somebody in prison, I got to
You
think
can't-
they're going to practically strip search me to get to make sure I'm not bringing anything in.
Can you give a package to a prisoner if you're visiting them? like the
That's
old
a Rich Lane question.
I feel
more than
file
like
and a
if you
cake,
do,
but
I think it has to
here's-
be searched and
Yeah.
looked at.
Here's
no?
here's a thing of cookies, just to make your day a little brighter.
Okay.
Is that, can you even do that anymore?
There has to be restrictions on baked
That's a
goods,
Friday
don't
question
you
for
think?
Rich. You need to ask him that question because as a
As
former
as-
correctional
as
officer, you
correctional
might
officer.
know.
Or how the inmate can is saying, my socks got stolen. I
Yeah.
could use another pair. I could use another 3 pair.
Yeah.
Okay, here's some socks for you, but
Yeah.
we've stuffed stuff in it.
Yeah, but again,
I don't know.
I mean, I gotta think you should, as a prison official, you should be able to search items coming into the prison.
Well, you would
for
think
that
so.
exact stuff.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't.
So then
look
my
at
question
it.
is,
By the way, you cannot bring baked goods into a visitor.
Oh, that's ended, huh?
All
All right.
food is
Cake.
prohibited.
All food.
with
Okay.
a
Yep.
shank or a
Yeah.
shiv in the middle of the cake.
You can't even go out like buy like Chips Ahoy's chocolate chip
No,
cookies.
it's not.
baked
Visitors are typically only allowed to bring in essential items like their ID and car keys and must leave all other personal belongings in their vehicle.
at home. Okay.
So then somebody on the inside has to be letting people.
100%.
Or the other things I've read about is drones fly over and
Drop
drop
it in?
things into the yard. And then you go pick it up.
But if you're a guard,
Well, do it-
they're
do
not. Drones aren't quiet.
I know, but you do it at night under darkness. I don't
Maybe.
know. I'm just coming up
Evidently,
to try to
you can
different ways.
purchase care packages that are pre
Prison safe.
I didn't know that
Inmate
either.
safe
Hey,
care packages.
I don't know if there's truth to this or not, but I thought I had read a story that Sean Diddy Combs or whatever found a way to make alcohol in prison. Did anybody read that story?
I did not.
Okay, maybe I'm-
sounds a little familiar.
I feel like
don't
I had
remember
heard that,
reading
and
it.
and he got his
And there's-
hand slapped for this basically. And I
There's
thought,
a way
how
to
do you
ferment
make alcohol
There's
in
a way
prison?
to ferment stuff. I don't know how, but
boy.
just my years and years and years of watching MASH. There is a way of doing it.
That is true. I think they had the right materials. In the,
Well, that's
in
true.
the,
How do you do it on your own?
477th, and they had Klinger to get all the stuff.
If you take grapes and just
Well, that's all wine is, and
bury
that's
it
all
in the
booze
ground,
is.
won't it
Sugar-
eventually turn into sugar and wine eventually?
Well, sugar turns into alcohol.
Yeah.
So you got to ferment it. So
Okay.
You either let it sit and
Well, I
add a
don't know.
little catalyst to it, or you heat it up, or
Well, I don't know if you heard this story, but we had another arrest at Woonsocket High yesterday. You know how many arrests they've had?
It's
gotta be into the 20s
it's
now,
so
right?
sad.
It's 43.
oh
43?
my God.
And it's it's everything.
Yeah.
Yesterday's problem was a 17-year-old was arrested for having about an ounce of marijuana on their person.
so underage.
Well,
must
that's
be
right. And I
underage.
bet they use that as an excuse. Well, marijuana is legal now, especially if it's under an
Yeah.
ounce. Not when you're 17.
Right.
It's a 21 and over
Product. It's like alcohol.
product. It's
Yeah.
it's just like alcohol.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't realize that.
Maybe.
Or maybe
Well,
they'll use that now as
It's
an
just-
excuse.
it's-
But I did hear that
it's overly
yesterday.
common in
Yep.
people's homes now too, so I'm sure it's
Between
just
that and vaping and everything else.
Yep. And the Newport School Committee, they're meeting tonight to address the situation down there. You heard about that?
I did.
With now it's up to 4.
So what's interesting
Allegedly
is,
attacking a special needs student.
right. I mean so there was a physical
Yeah.
altercation there.
Yes,
Versus the
'cause it's a
Smithfield thing, which was mental, psychological,
Yes.
but equally as damaging.
Well, sure. So we got a 17-year-old, 2 16-year-olds, and a 14-year-old that have all been arrested in connection with these incidents down in Newport. Let's see. The school committee chair, James Dring, says officials are deeply troubled by the reports and they want to restore trust through a comprehensive and transparent investigation. Let's see what's going on down there at Rogers High.
I think that people in Rhode Island
Newport.
oftentimes don't realize that there's really kind of two parts to Newport, right? There's
Yeah.
there's the fancy part that's on TV all the time and is decorated and looks
Right.
beautiful.
Well, then there's
Right.
the other
And
side.
then there's the other side of Newport that's very much an inner city urban
Very, very
environment.
low middle class.
Yeah,
kind of
that is a real challenge and a struggle for everybody down there to contend with. So there's a lot of need in that community too.
Sure.
And you wouldn't think it, which is the amazing part about that.
All right, so they'll see if they see what they do down there in Newport.
Definitely
over-
handled it two different ways.
Well, yeah. Well, the race for the Democratic nomination for governor here in Rhode Island remains unclear. 42% of likely primary voters are undecided.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that high. According to this poll that was done by the University of New Hampshire Survey Center. Did you ever work at the Survey Center when you were up at UNH, Melissa?
I did not.
No? Did you know they had one?
I did.
Oh, okay.
But I did not.
Didn't work there. Okay.
Nope.
It finds former CVS exec Helena Folks with a 29% of the vote. 13% support House Speaker Joe Shekarchi, who hasn't even said he's running.
Right.
And 11 with Governor Dan McKee. They polled it's only 711
Yes.
Rhode Islanders, and it was taken between November 13th and 17th as a margin of error of 3.7%.
Yeah.
It's no front runner really just yet.
There are some Republicans in the race, though. There's at least one. Thomas Raimondo. Not Thomas Raimondo.
No.
It's a Raimondo, though. It's a relative of Gina, distant relative of Gina.
But he's going to be a Democrat.
No, I think he's a Republican.
Well, then there's Elaine Polino.
Yep, Republican.
Is there another one? Is there a third one?
I don't know if there's a third. I know there's two.
I know from when I read of other Republicans, they're not happy.
Charlene Lima, they want, not Charlene Lima, the, who's the rep from
Charlie
part of the state? No. She's a Republican, De La Cruz.
Okay.
So I think there's been talk from her. There's also talk about Mike Chippendale. People want to recruit him. So it'll be interesting to see. I think there's going to be a primary on the Republican side as well as on the Democratic side.
Maybe there will be. The people that are polling for Polino, they're upset with the other Republicans. No, you're going to take votes away from her. So cut it out, kind of thing. But you must hear that in every race.
To take anything from anybody, it doesn't really matter.
Right. All right, break time again here on Coffee and more coming up. Time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation.
A 40% chance of rain till about 1 p.m., patchy fog, otherwise cloudy all day with a high of 61 degrees. Tonight, cloudy skies during the early evening, gradual clearing, overnight low of 37. Thanksgiving Day, mostly sunny skies with a high of 45 and a stiff breeze from the west up to 30 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny skies and 41. Saturday, sunshine and 40. Sunday, cloudy skies and 49. Sunday night, rain is likely. Monday, leftover rain, mostly cloudy skies and 50. And on Tuesday, rain and snow is likely, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 39 for the day with a north wind. And your chance of rain and snow is 60% on Tuesday.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with the cloudy skies, we are at 55 degrees. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse offers authentic homemade Polish food to make your next meal special. Try our many varieties of hot and fresh pierogies with onions and what they call dirty sour cream. Or pick up gołąbki, kielbasa, babkas, or some fresh rye bread. We also offer a large selection of specialty and imported foods. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 9 in the morning till 6 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 8 to 5 p.m. It's Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse. Follow us on Facebook and learn about our weekly specials. Located at 855 Social Street, Woonsocket, Krakow Deli Bakery Smokehouse has all the authentic Polish foods you love.
Before you head out of town for your holiday shopping, we'd like to ask you to give it a second thought. Here's why. Giving your business to out-of-town stores is like buying books for someone else's library, hiring teachers for someone else's school, or acquiring life-saving equipment for someone else's hospital. But when you spend those same dollars with hometown merchants, you're helping to provide valuable resources for your community and your family. So as you plan your holiday shopping, please consider what's at stake and put your dollars to work here at home.
One of our great hometown merchants is Park Square Florist, 1300 Park Avenue, Woonsocket.
We're local and live at 99.5.
All right, it is Coffee In here on WOON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us on this day before Thanksgiving. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper from Navigant Credit Union. And Tim, time for first message from Navigant.
All right, I'm going to read this. It's a little PSA here. Spoofed calls and texts are on the rise, gang. If you receive a text or a call appearing to be from Navigant Credit Union, remember, we will never, ever, ever ask you for your full card number, full social security number, PIN, or online mobile banking credentials. We're just not going to do it. We may ask you for a piece of that information to help validate, but we are never going to reach out and ask you for that information. Please note that our telephone banking system may request, again, your social security number when you call into the contact center, just for verification purposes. If something feels off, please contact us directly. I think the lesson there is we are not going to call you and solicit that information from you. But if you call us and we're validating who you are, then we may ask you for bits and pieces of that information. So it's very important. That's really the telltale sign right there. If somebody calls and asks you to give them information to verify who you are, don't. Hang up, then call us at 233-4700. Ask one of the contact center agents if we are trying to reach you. And if we are, we have a nice little computer system that tells us that we're trying to reach you. And if we're not, we're going to say, nope, not us. Thank you for not getting scammed. That's the important lesson today, folks. It's the holiday season. Crazy things are happening. Please be careful when you spend either online or using your cards. That's the message.
There was just a story on Channel 12
There
or
was.
Channel 10 last
Those
night. about
two older folks that got
GoFundMe
lost.
page
Yep.
the daughter started. They were out like $7,000.
$7,000. What bothers me about that story is they went into the Apple store and bought $7,000 worth of Apple gift
And
cards.
even the Apple people didn't
How did
say-
the Apple people not stop
Say,
them and
hey.
go, wait a minute? Whoa. Even if you said, I'm buying it for all my grandkids, you got different amounts of money.
Yep.
I'm just, there's so many red flags there.
so sad.
Like, how in the
Did they
world
buy
did we
like
let that happen?
seven $1,000 cards?
Yeah,
I
then they
have seven
called the
grandkids.
bad guys back on the phone number that they gave them.
Yeah.
And read
We
off
have
all the
numbers.
card information on the back. They cashed in all the cards, and then everything was gone.
Wow. So
And those
disturbing.
people lost $7,000, which was apparently close to their life savings, which is really unfortunate.
I actually think I've seen a PSA on some of the streaming services I have that actually says, "Hey, if you're asked to pay something with a gift card, it's a scam. We don't care who's asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they were asking for you to go buy a gift card, it's a scam."
Right. It's why it's actually getting, I feel like it's getting more difficult to use gift cards because everybody is so cautious of them.
Yeah.
Like, I got an American Express gift card a while back. I won it in a contest for something. And it was like $1,500. It was to buy plane tickets. They were going to give us plane tickets as the contest, but they couldn't, so they gave us an Amex gift card. And I thought, okay, that's easy. So I go to use the Amex gift card at JetBlue to buy the tickets. JetBlue doesn't take Amex gift cards.
Wow.
They will
Really?
not take them. Nope.
They'll take an
Very
Amex.
Interesting.
They'll take an Amex card,
Credit
but they won't take an Amex
Not a
gift card.
because it might be
Right.
It might be stolen.
I tried.
or
I said,
whatever.
well, then let me just try. I'll do Delta. Nope.
No.
Then I said, all right, well, I'm going to go buy something. I'll go buy other things for this trip
Right,
using the
and then-
gift card.
And get cash back.
Almost everyone said no. They're not going to take the gift card
interesting.
online. What I had to do was load it on my Apple Pay on my phone.
Okay.
And then when I went to the stores, I could use my Apple Pay,
And that worked.
and that worked.
Wow.
It's
All right.
You have to
it's
think of the
strangest
loopholes,
thing.
but it kind
Right.
of, yeah, I guess.
So I listen. I get it.
roundabout way.
They're experiencing as much fraud as anybody is, so they don't want to lose the money.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, yeah, no, you can't do it that way.
All right. Well, speaking of scams, in Massachusetts, the Registry of Motor Vehicles, they're warning there's a spike in phony text messages regarding the unpaid traffic tickets scam is back.
Yep.
The message claims to be, quote, final notice, unquote.
That must be very successful if they keep bringing it back.
People must be paying it.
Yeah.
Maybe the cost is so low.
It's
30
a text
bucks.
message. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just pay it. But anyway, it says final notice and threatens enforcement, including the loss of your driver's license if payment is not received.
Right.
The registry also said another scam is a fake text allegedly from Mass DOT about unpaid tolls. That's another one.
Right.
Funny, I haven't been on the Mass Pike in 5 years. How do I have an unpaid toll? Anyone receiving such text should just should not click on the
Yeah.
link or
Right,
reply at
right.
all. Just
Delete it.
Just get
Delete
away
it
from
and report it.
Oh, crazy. And another sad story. This was out of Plainville yesterday. 7 horses died in a fire.
I just heard that.
That's like the
at the
second
farm.
barn fire. That
Yeah.
they had one in Attleboro, right? In Cumberland Street in Attleboro.
Did it say how it was started?
South
No.
of her.
Cause of the fire is under investigation. The good news is 15 horses were saved.
Yeah. He made it
So
out.
that's good. But, 7 did perish. Flames were spotted by a neighbor who called 911. This happened before the sun came up yesterday morning. So no word yet on
You
how
wonder,
this
was it a
happened.
heater that malfunctioned and there's just hay in the area?
Not
or-
sure. The other story is out. I saw it yesterday. Didn't pay too much attention to it. Out in the Berkshires, there was a house that caught on fire. I'm like, oh, gee, that's too bad. And then come to find out, and can I find it right away? No.
Of course not.
2 people perished in the fire, and the son has been arrested for
Arson.
for arson and killing, and now killing his parents. Here it is. 2 people have been found dead after a fire in the Berkshires, apparently set by their son, by the son of the victims. Yep. Officials say the victims were discovered inside a home in North Adams, Massachusetts, after a fire on Monday. Firefighters arrived at the home, found a heavy smoke, and once they were able to get inside, the victims were located. Police say 44-year-old Darius Hazard has admitted to assaulting his mother and father and of pouring gasoline on the first floor and lighting the house on fire.
Mental health is an issue.
Wow.
Folks.
Hey, go back to the horses for a second,
Okay,
not to
back
diminish
to
that
the
story.
horses.
So, with you kind of saying it feels like there's a lot of, barns recently that have burned down. I know there was one in North Smithfield a couple of years ago, and then obviously you just have Attleboro.
Attleboro line.
I wonder if there's any, fire requirements of having sprinkler systems inside these large barns or smoke detectors or anything.
I don't think so.
But if you have that many horses that
Well,
are
that would be up to you.
in a stable of that size, wouldn't you think
You would want to have that.
they're live animals? Wouldn't you
Right.
think that there would be, and then large scale live animals? We're not talking
And-
just
But
chickens.
you're
probably
talking
not-
law. And
Yeah,
maybe
well,
there is-
they're
maybe
They're
there
probably
isn't.
not yours either. They're probably somebody
Boarding
who's
them,
boarding
probably,
them,
right?
Yeah.
So I would think that there's a couple things I would be interested in learning. Are the barns heated in the inside? Because
Yeah.
if they're not necessarily heated warmly, then if you put a fire suppression system in there with water, you risk the pipes freezing, and then you got a totally different issue.
Yeah.
If you put a sprinkler system in your barn, and would a sprinkler system really work if you've got that much hay and wood
Mm-hmm.
and all that other stuff just lying around there? I mean, that's just a tinderbox waiting to go.
But if you own the horse and you're boarding it there,
Yeah, well, you would want to
It's
ask
a
and
those
then
business.
this
questions.
happens, could you sue the owner of the barn?
Oh, I'm
now
sure. Hopefully, the owner has insurance, right,
to
of
do
the barn.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you just
so-
followed my head trail there because I was thinking like all the way through. But yeah, I was just thinking it's a business, right? So
Right.
you're either boarding them or you're I don't know
Training
anything about the
them or
logistically
whatever,
of this logistics of this farm. Could be a training site, could be anything. Could be a horse breeding farm. I have no
Right.
idea. But if it's a business of any level, yeah, you would
Yeah.
think that there would be insurance. But I was just thinking, I wonder if they have any structural mandates to fire
I've never heard of any.
Yeah, probably not because it's
not for animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, up in Massachusetts, we
Now,
talked
I mean,
about
that might be after this, but-
we talked about the race for governor and how there isn't a clear-cut Democratic primary yet, Democratic person. But up in Massachusetts, U.S. Senator Ed Markey holds the lead over Congressman Seth Moulton in their primary for the Democratic nomination in the 2026 U.S. Senate race. We're back to the UNH. They're very busy with these
They're
polls.
very busy. Yes,
Do students do the polls?
I believe
Do
they
they?
do.
Okay,
There's like
they-
a volunteer center.
And they must love calling people.
I'm sure they do.
and
Yeah,
asking these
no,
questions.
probably not.
Anyway, the margin is 34 for Ed Markey, 25 for Seth Moulton, and but 35 are undecided,
Interesting.
and some others. Now that doesn't add up to 100. The rest just say we're gonna vote for
Moulton's
someone else.
Only pillar or platform that he's running on is that he's younger.
Younger, and that is it, because
Yeah.
they're basically the same person.
The same person. I'm just younger.
I'm younger
It's
than
a
you,
younger
Ed.
version of this old dude.
Yeah.
You want to get out of there,
He's been there for at least 25 years, maybe
Right.
maybe longer,
right?
and I want him out. so you should vote for me.
But
I think
Moulton's a rep, right? And Markey's a senator.
He's a congressman, yes.
congressman and senator. So everybody wants to upgrade to senator.
Want to be the senator,
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's so fancy to be hanging out with Melissa because she's a senator. We like that.
Not this Melissa, the
Not
other
that
Melissa
one,
that
right.
was visiting
Yes.
a second
Right,
ago.
the other Melissa.
With her fancy glasses.
They only UNH only talked to 693 Massachusetts residents. I never get called on these things.
They're the only ones
Although
who-
maybe I do, but if I'm seeing
You
a phone
ignore it?
coming in from 603, I'm
Yeah.
not answering the
Right,
phone.
I'm not answering it either.
Who are these people? It might even say, telemarketer.
Right.
Is coming
Mm-hmm.
up. Well, I'm not talking to you
Mine's
guys.
just potential spam, and I'm
Yeah.
not answering it.
Have you ever answered the phone? Hey, potential spam. Thanks for calling.
Well, no, I,
You know who does slip through all the time, and this is Red Cross for blood donations.
yeah.
I don't know how they do it. They always slip through. It
I
always
get
comes
the
up
blood
as like a
center.
healthcare. Like I always think it's a doctor's office, and I'm like,
Right.
it's the blood people.
I know.
Every time
they
they slip
slip
through,
through.
relentless.
they are relentless, and it's like I promise I'm gonna get there.
I know. I'm going to give you blood. Next
I
time it
know,
comes to my
don't
business, I'm
judge
going to
me.
do it.
Yeah,
But
it's
But it's been 6 weeks, right?
Yeah,
six,
it's
six
6
weeks in
weeks,
between
right.
donations.
Right.
Well, it's 6 weeks in a day. Where are you?
yeah. Right. Come on. Let's
no,
go.
that's
Chop, chop.
literally it. If you want to show up at my work and do it right on the spot for convenience,
Yeah,
do it.
right.
Me getting to you sometimes is barriers.
Right.
Like trying.
All right, one more story before we got to take another break. You hear about this every once in a while, and if you're the homeowner, yikes.
Yeah.
Medford, Massachusetts, Almost 400 gallons of heating oil was mistakenly pumped into the basement of a house with no oil tank.
I knew somebody where that happened to.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
really?
How do you
Yeah.
clean that up?
You got to get a higher hazardous materials, and then it's a big insurance claim.
God,
and
But not
money.
only
other
that,
stuff.
but wouldn't
Yeah.
you always be in fear of like,
Missing something, and now it's a fire hazard.
Right.
yes.
Oh, you got everything in your basement.
Well, what about the oil company? Don't they have to come in and take care of
Yeah.
it?
Oh, they do.
All right,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right.
they do. What?
Well, the delivery driver says they didn't realize the outside pipe was disconnected. And some people do have these pipes that were attached at one point. 6 residents are displaced while the oil that flooded the basement is cleaned up. It was intended for delivery to a house with the same street address, but in Malden, not in Medford.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know.
Easy mix up. I'm not
Well,
going to lie. I have
I'm
family
sure-
up in
I'm
that
sure it
belt
is.
in Malden,
Yeah.
Medford. Yep.
Well, I have. So when I worked for the gas company many moons ago, one of our jobs was obviously to convert from oil to gas. That's what we did for sales. Convert your house from oil to gas. When you did that, part of the job was that we would call a company to come and take out the old oil tank, and which is not an easy job to do because
Right.
they have to cut it and bring it out and all that other.
But they never take out the pipe, though.
So they're supposed to take out the pipe and then they're supposed to block it.
Okay.
But there were some fly-by-nighter organizations, and we saw them from time to
Yeah.
time, that would literally disconnect the pipe in the basement, take the tank, and either forget or not take the
pipe
spigot
out.
out
Yeah.
the outside of the house. So
just-
oil companies, somebody who converted to gas, doesn't call the oil company to say, take me off automatic delivery. The guy comes up, automatic delivery,
Pumps
it right in, 275 gallons later, and the pump is still going, and he's thinking,
Think about
That's
it.
interesting.
Like, even if I pump gas and a little spills like onto my shoe,
yeah.
you feel like you smell gas for like 2
ever,
weeks
forever.
on your shoe.
That's right.
And or even like we were blowing leaves this weekend, had the blower in the garage, went to fill the tank, and a little drop got on the garage floor.
Yep.
I feel like I still smell it in the garage.
Yeah.
Like even though we cleaned it up with Dawn.
Yep.
Imagine that many gallons. I think I'd have to move.
Oh,
I feel like consider the house totaled.
It
I'm
would
done.
be. It would be a real problem.
It
Well,
would be.
The mix-up up there in Medford is being investigated by the State Department of Environmental Protection. They got
Yeah.
to get involved in this kind of thing.
Somebody who removed the old
What a
oil
mess.
tank that didn't. That's the
Can
person
you
ultimately
imagine
responsible
that
for
in
it.
your house? I saw the pictures.
I
That
did
is
too. And I'm
is
like,
just
how do you get
I don't
this
even
stuff outta
know.
here?
Picture dumping red paint all over
Yeah,
your base.
all-
Like it
right.
kind of looked like red clear
And
paint. but
they can't get it all. Some of it's going to be absorbed into the
100%.
concrete or
Yeah.
whatever they got down there.
But in
Right.
your basement,
Oh
do you
my
have
God.
keepsakes? Like, I mean, we have
Oh my God, yeah.
all kinds of
Well, yeah.
keepsakes.
First of all, I'm a hoarder, so my wife will tell you that. And I have just
Everything's down there. huh?
the S word
the
everywhere
things we
in my
learned about
basement.
Tim, there's like so many fun facts, but I would not have pegged you. You seem like you have yourself together.
Oh boy, then I'm a great actor.
Let's get some more fun facts though, Tim, out of Navigant Credit.
Oh, okay.
It's
Is
time
that
for a
time?
sec-
All right.
time for a second.
If you're a hoarder and you need some financial
Dial 1-800.
assistance to afford someone to come to your home,
233-4700. Ask for Tim. So we're in the midst of our Season of Giving campaign, which is a campaign we started through our charitable foundation to raise money for the Feed Our Eye organization in Rhode Island, who has school-based food pantries for children all around the state, and that's where the money from this particular campaign is going to go. There is one here in Woonsocket. I can't remember the name of the organization. It's school affiliated, so it's not necessarily one of the schools. But the pantries, they fill up the pantries with food. The kids can go discreetly and pick food up and bring it home for the family so that they have food over the weekends when the kids are not in school. Here nor there, we are selling these little paper spoons in our branches for $1, $5, whatever you want to spend on a spoon. Put your name on it. We'll tape it to the wall. The branches have a little competition about how many spoons they can put on the walls. And the money that we raise is, again, going to be going to Feed Our Eye. Now, the bonus is that the charitable foundation is the one that's organized the campaign, but the credit union is going to match the money that the foundation raises, dollar for dollar, up to $15,000. And exciting news for folks today, our CEO, Kathy, has seen how successful our program is becoming and has upped the ante from the credit union to $20,000.
Wow.
So if we raise 20 on the foundation side through our spoon sales in the branches, then she's going to loosen up the $20,000 from the credit union. So we can end up with a $40,000 contribution to 40,000 or greater, because
Very cool.
we could certainly send more to Feed Our Eye. And I know that the SNAP program crisis is over for the moment, but the reality is food insecurity
January.
is not. Right. Food insecurity is, actually, no, they funded that program, I thought, through the end, like September of next year or something like that.
I just thought the government funding was going through the end.
Well,
of
government
January.
funding
I thought that was
is.
part of the whole.
funding is, but I think the SNAP program
goes to next year?
was
Okay.
a different thing. But the reality is this food insecurity still exists, and it's still a real thing, and it's a real issue for many of our friends in the community. So if you can help out with this program, this is how we're helping fight in food insecurity, is through this particular organization. There are many other organizations out there, lots of soup kitchens and food pantries. If you are inclined to give of your success and your time, treasure, and talent to one of those organizations, we encourage you to do so. But if you want to help Feed Our Eye, stop by one of the branches, buy a spoon, go to our website, make a donation straight on the website. I'm tracking that every day, and we'll help feed some fellow Rhode Islanders.
All right, thanks, Tim. More of Coffee In is coming your way. Please stick around.
ON 1240.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Thanksgiving traditions are terrific. Turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, pumpkin pie, and high school football. The rivalry continues between Woonsocket and Cumberland. This year, the Villanovans travel to Tucker Field in Cumberland to battle the Clippers. Join Kevin Callahan, Pat Holland, and Brendan McGare as they bring you the action on ON, AM, and FM, and streaming on our website, Woonsocketradio.com, Facebook, and YouTube. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. High school football, Woonsocket versus Cumberland, Thanksgiving morning at 10 on the one and only ON, AM, and FM, and streaming on our social media.
ON Worldwide.
It is Coffee In here on ON Radio. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Smith and Tim Draper. I want to remind you, Gary Smith and the crew will be on at 9 o'clock today for another edition of Do You Remember? Now, I hope Louise with Do You Remember is listening, because they talk about a lot of movies. Now, have either of you seen the movie The Exorcist?
Oh, God, a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I bring it up because I don't include slasher movies. I mean, just out and out just being scared.
well, that and Jurassic Park, the first one, I thought was always the
All right.
Oh, I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I bring it up because there's a new Exorcist film
Oh.
in the works.
Really?
It's
Because we needed another one.
Because you need one. Yeah. It's billed as a, quote, radical new take, unquote, and not a reboot of the 1970s classic or sequel to 2023's The Exorcist Believer, starring Leslie Odom Jr. This one is set to star Scarlett Johansson and will be written and directed by Mike Flanagan of The Haunting of the Hill House fame, which I did not see. So
No.
I don't know what they're going to do to make it radically new.
Honestly, there's enough gory, scary stuff in the world that I don't need to be exposed to it in another movie about the devil.
You're so right.
Just look
You're so
around
right.
and you can
Yeah,
see
you
examples
see
of
yep.
Satan everywhere.
I agree with that.
I tell you, I watched the movie The Exorcist when I was going to school in Idaho, and it came on at like either 11 or midnight.
Mm.
And I'm watching it in a common room with there might have been 20 other people, and so it ends at 1 in the morning or whatever. But they all went back to their rooms. They stayed in that dorm. My dorm was on the other side of campus. I have to walk to my campus in the dark by myself
Yep.
at 1
In Idaho.
In Idaho. What after just watching The Exorcist, I move pretty quick.
I feel like we talked about this because I related that Blair Witch Project had come out.
Okay.
Maybe it was the year before I went to college. I'm not sure what year exactly. All I know is that they one special night on my college campus, which was UNH, largely wooded campus, which Blair Witch Project, if you've ever seen it, is.
It takes place in the woods.
And it's all like real life
movies,
footage.
right?
Like it's considered to be not like.
It's like a documentary.
Yes.
Style. Okay.
Right. So it looks like real video footage of this. Right.
That's happening.
Similarly.
Okay.
Shown on the outdoor lawn of one of the main buildings on campus. Movie ends, and you're like, I have to walk through the woods to go back to my door.
I don't want to go home. I'm going to sleep right
and you're
here.
looking at your friends like, do I trust any of you?
Yeah. Hope you don't see anything in the trees. Okay. On a good note, this year's Mirror Ball Trophy on Dancing with the Stars goes to Robert Irwin.
I'm very excited about that.
And
I
Whitney
called it from
Carson.
the
This is
very
another
beginning.
fun fact.
This is-
I know, I'm sorry.
Just dancing
See,
with the stars.
I do. I just find it fascinating because I would love to be that talented that I could think I
Dance?
could move like that, and
All right.
it's just a joyous thing. Anyway,
Well, Robert, he's the son of Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
From the Crocodile
Yep.
Hunter. And he's an Australian TV personality.
Yep.
And they beat out 4 other teams to win the trophy. 10 years ago, his sister Bindi won the exact same trophy.
yeah,
How about that?
He was 11 in the audience. They talked a lot about, and she was there through a lot of the filming of it. So was
Yeah.
his mother. And he dedicated this whole season to his father. So
Oh, that was nice.
It was tearjerker moment after
Right from
tearjerker
the-
moment
right
about
from
him,
the get-go.
him hoping his dad would be proud of him and all this other stuff. But there's a guy who's not a dancer. He's a zookeeper, for God's sake, in Australia, and just became this really solid ballroom dancer. It was, why are you laughing?
Well,
you can't believe it.
Well, you're
Because when I tell you, I have not watched the show all but 3 times this year,
Yeah.
and never really before, very honestly. My oldest came home for fall break, convinced me to watch it with her, and I felt like my daughters were all over. It was the night that he was doing the Disney Tarzan
Yeah.
song, whatever. And they were talking about him the same way as you. But Mom, he's never danced before, and this is just so amazing, and the emotion and the sadness. And then last night, my oldest is back home again, and of course it's the finale night, and it went on for 3 hours.
It did. It was a long. It's
And
long.
we're sitting there, and the two of them, my daughters, are both talking about how cute he is, how gushing. The way you were just talking about him, it was
Same
like
way.
you were gushing, and I'm like, you should have been at my house because I watched it so skeptical. Like, what is this?
The funny thing is at the end now the woman that he's up against is a social influencer.
Mm-hmm.
She's an influencer. She's like a TikToker.
Yeah, okay. One of those
Facebook,
people.
Instagram
Yeah.
folks. Super talented, an unbelievably good dancer. They were both really, really good. But I kept thinking to myself, we're going to see the power of social media here. All of the people had to vote online. She's got her millions of followers.
Sure.
They're going to
All
vote for her. And he's not going to get it because he's from Australia and nobody's going to know who he is. And I was wrong. Pleasantly so.
Yeah.
And he won. I would say they were equal in terms of their abilities. But it was fun to watch the evolution of him. And I said at the beginning, at the very first show,
He's still gushing.
listen, here's the deal.
He is cute.
I
Did you
didn't-
expect
I did
this,
not
by the
watch-
way?
No.
I do not watch Dancing with the Stars every season because sometimes the season's just stupid and I don't like anybody that's on the season. But the very first one when John, who's the guy that played Jay Peterman in Seinfeld, John O'Hurley.
John
right?
O'Hurley, yeah.
He was runner-up in the very first season, and then that was a little bit of a controversy. So the second season, he came back. He won the second season, and then from there were some great seasons and some stupid seasons. But this one was pretty good, I thought. And so I'm sorry, I'm going on and on and on with this. But this kid Robert Irwin, is just really kind of amazing to me. I'm curious
I
to
think
see
you're
where
crushing.
he goes.
Like, I think
Yeah,
you're
you know, little
crushing.
bromance going
You
on.
and my,
Never hurt anybody.
almost 19-year-old and 15-year-old have a
You know,
lot in common.
Super talented and just an emotional kid, and truly, loves his family and misses his dad, and you can see all that stuff.
All right, if you want to laugh, you got to go
Not at
find
Tim.
it. Not at Tim. You got to go. It's got to be on YouTube somewhere. But the comedian Bill Engvall
I love Bill Engvall.
tells the story of him being on Dancing with the Stars.
right, he was.
And it is hysterically funny. I think he came in second place too.
He did. He
At
was
one
very
time-
good.
He tells the story at one time because everyone else was taking it so seriously except
Yep,
him.
yep.
The producers had to call them all together and basically said, "Look, you're all lousy. The only one who's got the right mental attitude is Bill. Go out there and have fun." It's basically what it was
That's
telling him
right.
to go do.
That's right.
But he talked about how he was always practicing, and his wife was always there, but his partner was this 24-year-old beautiful woman.
Yeah.
That he's got to keep touching and lifting. And,
Yeah.
and it's,
Yeah.
the way he tells the story is so funny. And then he had to do some kind of maneuver, and he like pulled everything, like from his hip down to his ankle. And so, and then he goes into a story about going to rehab.
Yep.
And now he's in because he do rehab with other people, and now they're all talking about their injuries and why they're there. And everyone, there's all these other guys, football players and veterans. And so, Bill, what's your injury? Well, I dropped a girl on my knee.
It's ballroom dancing.
Ballroom dancing. To hear him say it, it is so funny.
But it's been fun. You've had seasons. Donnie and Marie were on different seasons, and Donnie won. Marie was a runner-up. It was just, Bindi and Robert are the first brother-sister to ever win the Mirrorball Trophy. So
I don't want to rain on your parade. I actually want to embrace your joy. I think I do this too often. Even I have to apologize to you because last week I left you on the show and we had talked about the fact that you got suckered into putting a tree up for your grandson early, and I was like, I can't believe you're doing that, and you're part of the problem. But I've been trying really consciously to reshape my attitude in these moments because I speak often on the air about finding joy in things because there's so much sadness and negativity. I really shouldn't make fun of you.
Oh, no,
I really shouldn't. I'm poking fun, but honestly, it brings you joy, and that brings me joy that you're happy. And everyone should watch Dancing with the Stars going forward because it's obviously a
We got one more
show.
note that came in. I think it's directed to you, Tim, and actually no, it's directed to both of us.
All right.
I now deputize you as official man card revocation officer.
And who said that?
Lance, thanks, Lance. appreciate that. All right, that'll do it for the show for today. We wrapping things up for another day. Melissa, happy Thanksgiving.
Guys, we didn't even talk about Thanksgiving.
I know.
Have a great holiday, everybody.
All right, and Tim, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy the God-given day.
All right, stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember us coming up after the 9 o'clock news?
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The FBI says it plans to interview Senator Mark Kelly and 5 other Democrats who called on troops to disobey illegal orders. The Democratic lawmakers, who are former members of the U.S. military or intelligence community, appeared in a viral video last week that urged service members to disregard orders that were unlawful. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell traveling with the president in Palm Beach, Florida.
Officials say the FBI is seeking to interview those in the video. The president criticized the lawmakers' original video as seditious behavior punishable by death, though he later said he wasn't threatening death. Senator Mark Kelly speaking out overnight.
Isn't this the guy 2 months ago that said, we've got to stop this political violence issue? Yeah. He didn't even make it to Thanksgiving.
Kelly appeared on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, a frequent Trump critic,